And we are back. Here we go. It is time for the quarterfinals, day 2 at Euro 2024, which means it is time to talk about England. But before we talk about England, let's have a quick recap of last night where, to be honest, the games went pretty much exactly how I thought they would go, especially the second one, which of course I did accurately predict as a 0-0 draw with France winning on penalties. So pat on the back for that one. But I have to say, the Germany-Spain game, I'm not going to complain that my prediction went the other way. I said 2-1 Germany, ended up being 2-1 Spain in extra time. But from the balance of the game, I do think Germany were the better side. And what's most disappointing about that game is that once again, the English officials made themselves the centre of attention. I mean, I'm not just talking about the penalty either. Toni Kroos should have been sent off about 3 or 4 times. He should have been booked in the first couple of minutes and then committed, I think it was 9 fouls over the course of the entire game. I just don't know how Toni Kroos ended up staying on the pitch. I think possibly they were thinking, well, we can't have his potential last game ending in a red card. If that's how it goes, that's how it goes. He should have been sent off. And then obviously the penalty incident, which is one of them ones where, once again, I don't think the ruling should be that that's a penalty. But under the current laws that are in place, it should have been a penalty to Germany. And I think the English officials have got it completely wrong, especially when you consider the fact that Germany got that penalty against Denmark last week, which was even less of a penalty than what this one was. It just another really bad look for the English officials. And unfortunately, it's probably changed the game in a way that it's meant that Spain have now ended up going through. But like I said, Toni Kroos should have been sent off as well. So I'm not going to sit here and say 2 wrongs make a right, because they don't. They really don't. But 2 incidences there, 1 for each team, which could have drastically changed the dynamic of the game if the English officials had the bottle to make the correct decision, where unfortunately neither of them did in that situation. And like I say, I'm not going to be disappointed that I predicted Germany to win that match, because I actually think Germany were the better team. I think it's foolish to assume that just because Spain won, they really were the better side across the 120 minutes. Germany had way more chances. Spain just took 2 really good goals, it has to be said. Dani Olmo, once he came on for Pedri, was the best player on the pitch, and his goal and his assist were absolutely sublime. And the assist for him and the Mikel Merino header were absolutely fantastic. And so that means that it is, of course, a Spain versus France semi-final, and we'll see what happens in there. But without any further ado, let's talk about today's games, which we know are going to be absolutely massive. Before we do so, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you enjoy my prediction series, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And let's do it, man. Can England get themselves into a semi-final? Let's find out right now, because that is the first prediction. It is England against Switzerland at 5 PM at UK time today. And all the talk about the way we've been playing, obviously I posted my own video about how we've been playing over the last couple of days. Don't forget to check that one out. But for whatever reason, when I woke up a couple of days ago, when I woke up yesterday morning, and when I woke up this morning, more and more and more, I just think we're going to win this game. I really do. I've had no real confidence that we were going to win these matches in the build-up to this tournament. You would have known from my post-match reactions and my thoughts on how I thought we would actually do. All of my predictions regarding England were about expectation rather than me genuinely believing we were actually going to get something. Today, I think we're going to get something. I don't know what it is. The Swiss have been fantastic in this tournament and we've been quite poor. But I just think, for whatever reason, it's just going to happen today. And I'm going to go for 2-0 England. And I genuinely think it could be more. I really do. I just think, for whatever reason, I think the setup, he's going to go to a 5-back, 3-back. It looks like Luke Shaw's going to be fit. Questions whether or not it's going to be Trent or Trippier at right back. I think it's going to be Trent. I wouldn't play Trippier at right wing back. I think it needs to be Trent because of his ability to get forward and put balls into the box. Who's he going to play in midfield? Who knows? But do you know what? We're just better than Switzerland, and we are. And I think today is the day we show the rest of Europe how good we can be. So I'm going for 2-0 England. I'm believing in the team, and hopefully they will get the job done. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Realistically, is that what's actually going to happen? We will find out. And the other game tonight is, of course, the Netherlands taking on Turkey, where, to be honest, I think the question we need to be asking ourselves is, are Turkey better than Romania? Because the Dutch went up a level in their game against Romania. They played much better against Romania than they did in their group. I think it was a real coming together performance for them in their last 16 games. I talk about what I hope is to be a coming together performance for England today. They really showed their qualities, and I think Turkey were very lucky to get through Austria. Obviously, we all sung Austria's plaudits after seeing off the likes of the Netherlands in the group stages, but Turkey got it working, they got it playing, and they got the result that they needed thanks to a player who is now suspended for this match due to his celebrations after the game. And if you actually look at that Turkey performance, I think not having Calhanoglu in there meant that they could sort of play with a freedom where they weren't almost forcing the ball to Calhanoglu because they see him as their best creator. It allowed them to be more productive in terms of just playing it to whoever was available. I think bringing Calhanoglu back in today will actually make them worse. Then you take out Demiral, who came into the side and was obviously the major threat from set pieces, scoring his 2 goals from set pieces, and you take away what was essentially Turkey's goal threat in the Austria game. Put on top of that the fact that the Dutch are just so much better at dealing with set pieces than what Austria are anyway, when you have the likes of Van Dijk, De Vrij, Ake, Dumfries, big physical defenders in that penalty area. I don't see realistically Turkey causing too many problems. What I will say is I think the Dutch still do look a little bit vulnerable defensively at times. They do still give away chances, and if you have got the likes of Calhanoglu and Arda Güler on the pitch, then there are still going to be opportunities. So the way I see it going is a 3-1 win to Holland. I don't think either of these games will be going to extra time and penalties tonight. I think both of them will be decided in 90 minutes, and I think they're going to be decided by the side who on paper are the favourites. I'm going to go for 2-0 to England and 3-1 to the Netherlands. I really think we're going to see some big performances from both of those sides today to set up what will be quite an interesting looking semi-final in my opinion. I think the English against the Dutch in the semi-final would be a really good tie. Although to be fair, I think the Swiss against the Turks would be a very interesting tie as well. But that's the way I see it going. I think the Dutch attack has been so good, especially Cody Gakpo. And some of those midfielders, the likes of Schouten and Reinders in there have been fantastic. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going for 3-1 to Holland. That is going to be the end of my predictions for today. Don't forget to check out my Copa America predictions for the other 2 semi-finals taking place tonight in that as well. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll be back either very late tonight or tomorrow morning for my post-match reaction. I'm out all day today, so I won't be able to give a full post-match reaction until I get home, which will either be very late tonight or, like I say, I will do it in the morning, depending on how the match actually goes. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you there.